All right, so I'm here with the 6th fittest woman on earth. It's Gabi Migala. Gabi, you're back home in your home country of Poland, but you do train in Mallorca. How's the off season treating you so far?
Uh, it's amazing. Basically, after 1 week after the games, I was ready to go, and my coach John just told me, just don't go to the gym. You have to rest to end of the month, and yeah, like just don't tell him. I hope he's not listening, but sometimes I was able to sneak into the gym and hit some cardio because I'm going crazy without moving.
Yeah, so okay. The games ends, you're immediately ready to get back into training. How do you feel coming off the games and coming off the sixth place finish, your best finish in your career now? Are you feeling a little bit extra motivated right now to get back into training?
Yeah, I'm super motivated. Basically, people are asking me if I'm happy how I perform, and I don't have like straight answer because I'm kind of happy, but at the same time I'm not really satisfied with this, especially because coming to this competition I didn't really expect like specific placement. I just wanted to do my best, and thinking about making to top 10 was like somewhere there, but I didn't feel any pressure. I didn't want to put anything on myself, and basically whole weekend I just perform, and I didn't really think how the leaderboard looked like. I was just having fun and doing my best until the last day, when after first, even on the last day, I was like, someone told me I have 17 points till from fifth to third place. I was like, what's going on? I have no idea where next time I'm gonna be so close to the podium, and we still didn't know any events. So I was like, anything can happen. And at that point, I just started to actually noticing who is near me on the leaderboard. But yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to get a little bit more into the CrossFit Games and your experience there and your amazing performance, but I want to actually start by talking a little bit about how you first got into CrossFit and when did you start doing it and how did you get involved?
Uh, it's it's pretty simple story. So uh, since I was 9, I trained tennis, and I just want at some point when I was 16, I just wanted to get stronger and faster in my tennis game. So I was looking around to sign up to some gym around, and the closest actually was the CrossFit gym. I had no idea what CrossFit was back then, and I just signed up there, check it out. It was super challenging, and that's the reason why I liked it. And yeah,
There we go.
and basically I was into CrossFit for a few months, and I liked it so much that I started to actually doing tennis less and less. And instead of doing tennis, I started to coming to more CrossFit classes. And that year, I think one of the coaches there told me that the CrossFit Open is happening. And this was the last year when I could qualify as a teenager athlete, because I was just about to turn 18 at the end of the year. So I still could compete in
Mhm.
16, 17 category. So I was like, okay, let's try this CrossFit thing. So yeah, it's still going till now.
So, all right, and you did. You went on to qualify, and you actually took third at the CrossFit Games that year, and this was in 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Right?
16, 16,
Oh,
2016.
okay, gotcha. And so you're one of only a few athletes to emerge from this teenage division and move on into the individual division. And you're actually competing very closely with one of them, Haley Adams, who also made that transition from being a teenage athlete directly into being an individual athlete and done that. And most people don't realize you're only 21 years old and just at the start of your career, but this is now actually your third individual CrossFit Games. 2019, representing Poland as the Polish national champion. Then in 2020, sort of another strange year, it was online. Now we're here at 2021. This was your first sort of full games experience as an individual where you weren't doing something strange, and other things like that. So now that you've had a chance to go through the whole gamut, 15 events all weekend long, competing against some of the fittest athletes on the planet, what's kind of your take on that? How now that you've had a chance to digest it, like what was the experience like for you, and how did it compare to other years?
Yeah, so like it felt really special because when I was thinking about it, it's it's my fourth games, but all the previous games experience, it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like full original CrossFit Games, because in 16 it was teen edition, in 19 it was the new cutting system. Last year it was online, so it was amazing to compete through all weekend and do 15 events. It was really cool, and I was surprised how I felt during the all week. I thought I'm gonna be crushed after the second day or something, but actually I can say that I'm still quite young and my recovery is still good.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. This is a big 15 events is big. It's probably, I would assume, the most you've ever done in the competition. For most athletes, the games is the most volume that they do compete. So how did your body feel over the course of that week? And then the follow-up question to that is kind of what was your nutrition like as you were competing? And how are you ensuring that you are going to be able to actively recover each day and get ready for the next day of competition?
hmm so like I said, my body felt amazing during the game. So actually, the Thursday, it was super nice to rest a little bit on the Thursday, because I would say I was the most tired after Thursday. I think being outside for such a long time, was starting with swimming event and spending 50 minutes on the kayak. It was very tiring for the body. Um, so it was nice to rest on Thursday. But besides that, I felt amazing. I feel my quads a little bit after all the heavy thrusters, but that was it. And when it comes to nutrition during the season, during the training period, I have specific macros. I work with M2 Performance. Mike is my coach, and yeah, like when it comes to competition and one day before competition, I don't count macros, because what is important to get all the calories you basically need. So it's actually funny because after competition, everyone asks me, okay, Gabi, what are you going to eat now? Are you going to get burgers, pizza, or all the ice cream, or what? And my answer is like, guys, I don't really feel like anything, because it was really hard to eat during the competition, and at the end, you just don't feel like anything. But yeah, like during competition, I try to eat really easy carbs, like gummy bears, some liquid carbs, protein powder, super easy food. And at the end of the day, the goal is to eat actually real food, like big fatty burger or big plate of pasta, which is very very hard, trust me. But yeah.
Well, okay, this sounds very similar to a lot of other athletes' approaches, which
Yeah.
is we need to eat a lot of calories today,
hmm
every day. And so for those out there, who are doubting that or under the auspices that CrossFit Games athletes compete on 2,000 calories a day, not exactly. Um, so I want to ask you about kind of your training and training environment and what you've done specifically over the last year to improve so significantly. For those who are a little bit unaware of your career so far, like we said, this is your fourth CrossFit Games. First one you competed as an individual, as a teen in the teenage division, and placed third. 2019 you placed 75th. Then in 2020 you increased all the way up to 18th place in the online format, and now you've taken that into a sixth place finish and quite close to Haley Adams in the fifth place spot. So what have you been doing? Um, that's that's clearly working, and that's brought you into position to just be a shot outside the top five.
I think it's a mix of a lot of things, but the biggest difference, the biggest thing I changed is moving from Poland. I was training basically by myself till end of 2019, and at the beginning of 2020, I moved to Mallorca to train with others. So it was a big change at the beginning, especially to kind of like get used to having training partners and not feeling bad about losing sometimes against them, because it's some people are they don't understand how I can train with other CrossFit athletes. Like it can be a little bit stressful to compete, like to compete with them all the time, but actually it's just really, I think it's very helpful to have someone else to push you every day.
Okay, so yeah, you're training in Mallorca under Coach John Singleton, and you've got a host of other athletes. One of your other training partners, Jacqueline Dahlstrom, also competed in the games this season, and I think there's a lot of other athletes that John's coaching that come in from time to time in waves and are going there and training in person and then returning back to their respective countries. What's kind of been the training environment like with these athletes, and what kind of describe the environment a little bit for the training camp that Singleton has sort of created there in this Paradise Island off the coast of Spain.
So most of the time it's only me, Jacqueline, and Christoph training together, and from time to time John is inviting other the program athletes, which are mostly girls, to the island. Basically, for this season, there was three more girls from the program, basically from open till end of semifinals. So there was a lot of us at the gym. But I think it brought like good energy for the all the qualifiers. Especially, I think it was much needed because I think everyone were at this point were so tired of online stuff. So I think
Right.
the energy was there. It was very helpful.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about training in the off season. I know you're chomping at the bit. You're ready to get out there. What are some of the things you think you need to work on in order to claim the top spot at the games? What's your training plan for the next 12 months?
So it was like easy to notice. I had to check my placement at the games on specific events. So I'm very happy how everything went. So having uh, 9 top 10 finishes and few in top 20 finishes, and I had 3 like 20 placements. So I think I what I really need to do is to like get rid of the outside 20 placement, and I think it's gonna be pretty good. Like for sure, I'm gonna really work on the swimming, which is it was always something I need to work on, and of course, pulling gymnastics, it's always gonna be there, and I'm quite happy how all the work is paying off. So I'm definitely moving in the right direction. So basically, it's a lot of work to do. So I'm excited to start as fast as possible.
Well, we're definitely you've been an athlete that we've tracked for the last several years as we've looked for athletes that are moving on. You had a good career inside of the sanctional season, and obviously that hard work has paid off. As you just finished sixth. So I want to talk a little bit, again about off-season plans. This is more on the competitive side, not just on the training side, which is, what kind of plans do you have? Our fans going to have an opportunity to watch you at any of the potential off-season competitions like Rogue or Dubai, Wadapalooza, maybe one of the other ones that's popping up. Do you have any plans set in stone, and what does that look like?
So for this year, I already have 2 competitions that I would like to go. I just got my invitation for Rogue today, so
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you very much. Uh, so I already said yes. I'm very excited to go there and compete in Texas. and Dubai in December. So I compete in Dubai since 2017, and it's just my one of my favorite competitions. So I'm gonna definitely try to qualify there and compete. It's gonna be
Awesome. Well,
awesome.
I've seen you competing there for the last couple of seasons. It's been great to watch your progress over the last couple of years. Rogue is a very special event, and I'm sure they'll put on a great show. So best of luck in the competition floor there, and we'll be following you and catching you up in the next couple of months as things start developing.
Okay, thank you so much.
Awesome, Gabby. Talk to you.